do this, I need to just go and start to rehydrate. Oh, guillotine attempt.
Rakhmonov.
Remember the name Shavkat Rakhmonov with a huge win in his debut.
Get ready to meet the MMA world's newest sensation, Shavkat Rakhmonov. This incredible fighter has taken the league by storm, leaving his opponents in the dust and climbing his way up to the top 15 rankings in just a year and a half. Hailing from the post-Soviet region, Shavkat's ascent to fame is a story that will leave you awestruck. Despite his quiet nature, Shavkat's electrifying performances in the octagon have garnered a massive following on social media, with millions of Kazakh voices singing his praises. Today, we're going to dive into the story of how this powerhouse fighter went from a promising prospect to one of the most talked about names in the MMA world.
Remember the name Shavkat Rakhmonov with a huge win in his debut.
So sit back, relax, and prepare to be amazed by the incredible journey of Shavkat Rakhmonov. Background and MMA career. Shavkat Rakhmonov, born in Uzbekistan, was initially a source of confusion for Kazakh fans due to his atypical name and surname. However, he has since learned to answer questions about his nationality with a smile. He showed an early interest in combat sports.
Как бы мало это имя, за это как бы сразу начинается вопрос сразу, кто ты по национальности. Ну, я говорю, что я казах, но родом из Узбекистана, родился там.
Starting with local wrestling and later trying his hand at Thai boxing, boxing, and combat sambo. At the age of 18, he found his true calling in MMA and went on to become the youngest amateur world champion after winning 5 fights in a row. His success continued at the Asian Championship, where he defeated his opponent in just 44 seconds. Shavkat Rakhmonov made it to the World Championship finals twice after his early success, but lost both times to Gedzinrid Hero Magomedov due to the latter's superior wrestling at the Sokol encounter. After the first unsuccessful final, Rakhmonov began his professional career. He was signed by M1 with enthusiasm and was placed in the main event of a major tournament in Ingushetia. His opponent was Adam Surov, who almost fell into a guillotine at the very beginning. After lying on his back for a while, Shavkat came up with a great idea and stood up on his feet.
There we go, he gets it.
Surov climbed back into the clinch, but a counterattack caught him off guard.
Goes for the sacrifice.
Shavkat got an armbar and gracefully turned it into a triangle, securing his first professional victory.
He's got him. He taps. That was one opportunity got.
A month later, he faced Marcus Vinicius, who had 10 wins and 7 losses under his belt, and was a basic capoeirist. Vinicius immediately turned to his legs and began actively attacking Shavkat. Then he landed a strong left hook, executed an amplitude takedown, and did some significant damage from the top. Kazakh fans were worried, but the referee stood the fighters up, and that's when Rakhmonov went into action. He tormented his opponent with constant position switches and vicious ground and pound. The Brazilian endured for a while, but the fight was eventually stopped after a series of unanswered strikes from the bike mount position. At the 57th M1 Challenge Tournament in Orenburg, Shavkat Rakhmonov faced world karate champion Bartosz Hero. Opting to focus on wrestling, Shavkat attempted a submission but ultimately secured a takedown
Gets taken down by the
and remained patient until Bartosz made a mistake. Shavkat then capitalized on the opportunity, staying on top and securing the victory.
Wow, hard shot.
Oh, he doesn't like it. He's gone down.
This could be over
Like
quickly
it's over.
here.
It's over.
It's
He's
over.
gone.
He's out.
Wow.
Wow. Second.
After his successes, Shavkat returned to the ring just 2 months later at the Battle of Nomads tournament. Mikhail Vinnikov came to show off his record of 5-2, but ended up caught in a guillotine choke in just 49 seconds. His victory still remains the fastest of the ruthless Kazakh's professional career. Following an injury, Shavkat Rakhmonov returned to the ring in April 2016 for a Battle of the Nomads tournament, where he faced more experienced opponent Adiljan Baranbov. After an explosive move, Shavkat took control of the fight, but had to work from the bottom after slipping off. He then used his anthropometric advantage to maintain control and dominated the fight. In the next two fights, Rakhmonov fought abroad. First, he went to Azerbaijan and faced Brazilian Marcelo Brito, who was previously fighting for the title. The 21-year-old Rakhmonov, who had acquired the nickname Nomad for his fighting style, gradually increased his striking output.
Oh! Nice. See what it was. Oh, that's a beautiful left.
And eventually overwhelmed Brito, causing him to submit.
Experience of nice body shot. Oh, that hurt his liver. That hurt his liver. It's over.
Wow!
The liver punch put him.
Shavkat Rakhmonov defeated a rising Korean fighter named Chon Yong Park in South Korea. In the first round, Park won due to his work from the top. But in the second round, Shavkat emerged much stronger. He secured a dominant position, locked in a chokehold, and made the Korean tap out in the final 30 seconds. Park went on to have a successful career and made it to the UFC, while Rakhmonov faced a difficult period. He had to withdraw from a title fight due to injury and was sidelined for 18 months. When he returned in February 2018, he faced Liban Solodovnik and ended up in the mount position twice.
His hand instead of the forearm wasn't as strong as what the closed mount is.
He threatened with a triangle choke that turned into an armbar in the first round.
He's got the armbar!
And dominated from the top in the second round.
Going hard for the triangle.
Ultimately making his opponent tap out with only 20 seconds left until the end of the round.
Tight angle. Look at the hip position.
Better.
The tap.
There we go.
Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Rakhmonov faced a tough challenge from Adilov, who had won his last 7 fights. After a knockdown exchange in the first round, Adilov took control in the second. Knocking Rakhmonov down. However, Rakhmonov defended against a takedown and then took control of the fight, winning in the third round and earning the championship belt. At the next similar tournament, Rakhmonov was again among the main actors and defeated Rinat Sikbo, who suffered a leg injury and could not come out for the second round while Rakhmonov was winning in Kazakhstan's welterweight. Some radical changes occurred. The champion Alexei Kunchenko left the title vacant. At the beginning of 2019, all Kazakh sports media exploded with reports that Rakhmonov would fight in the title fight at the tournament in Almaty. His opponent was Danila Prikaza, who had systematically eliminated all competitors and was on a streak of 5 wins. Rakhmonov immediately took control of the space and tempo, but Prikaza had no intention of giving up.
He will loop in like that, he will go hard and heavy.
Sometimes breaking through with strikes at a convenient distance.
Oh, nicely done.
Nevertheless, Rakhmonov's pressure and size proved to be too much for his opponent. In the beginning of the second round, Rakhmonov took down Prikaza and took a guard position, working from there before adding even more aggression and began pounding Prikaza's head with amplitude strikes in the Ken Wars.
He's done it. Oh, he seemed to stiffen up there. He's out. That was some solid ground.
Rakhmonov had the opportunity to fight in the UFC, but decided to defend his belt in Kazakhstan first. At a tournament in Nur-Sultan, he faced Brazilian Thiago Varejão, who had won 28 fights. Rakhmonov started with wrestling and then ground and pound.
Stature. But the power is coming. Oh, nice. He's still doing really well.
Varejão tried a guillotine, but Rakhmonov countered and attempted 2 spinning attacks.
He's gone. His legs have gone.
The second attack led to Varejão's defeat by technical knockout.
Oh, he was out. He was out. He was out. Look at his first round knockout.
Rakhmonov signed with the UFC a month after his fight in Nur-Sultan. His debut was delayed due to injuries and the pandemic. He finally entered the cage in October 2020 against Brazilian cowboy Alex Oliveira, who caused some trouble in the beginning.
Oh my goodness already.
However, after a prolonged attack, Shavkat dominated
Oh, and a big knee to the body from Rakhmonov.
and eventually won the fight.
Do this. I need to just go and start to rehydrate. Oh, guillotine attempt.
Rakhmonov.
Oh, it's
Remember the name Shavkat Rakhmonov.
When the judge raised the hand of the winner, Rakhmonov put on a wolf hat and draped the flag of Kazakhstan over his shoulders, which is increasingly adorning arenas and UFC events. The Kazakh team celebrated in the stands and in the halls. Shavkat, with a smile on his face, also decided to call out Don Aldostran for a fight.
Сейчас выиграл бразильского ковбоя. Люди думали, что это я американский ковбой дерусь. Давайте мне дайте американского ковбоя, хоть его тоже.
Shavkat did not get to fight the American cowboy, but after 8 months, he faced another veteran of the promotion, Meshel Prazeres, who was 39 years old and returning after disqualification, had never suffered a premature defeat. The physical differences between them looked quite comical in the octagon, but the Brazilian fighter threw heavy punches and even troubled Rakhmonov.
You can get there fast.
However, when Shavkat found his rhythm, his opponent's chances diminished. Several minutes of control, a couple of heavy blows from the top,
Now he's got the distance where that hurt him.
and an exhausting clinch made Prazeres gasp for air.
Coming up on the final 10 to go in the first round.
Shavkat did not waste time and engaged right from the start of the second round.
He's not really. Oh!
Oh, Prazeres didn't like that.
The Brazilian's attempt to escape with a leg lock only worsened his position. Shavkat applied his signature ground and pound, and Prazeres had no idea how to escape the pressure. Eventually, he gave up his neck, and he suffered his first premature defeat,
Oh, he's got it under the neck. Prazeres is.
giving Rakhmonov another achievement: victory over a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Rakhmonov.
26-year-old Shavkat has raised his profile so much that he's being talked about everywhere. Respected Western portals have included him on their list of top prospects, and fellow fighters are calling for people to keep an eye on the machine from Kazakhstan. He even made it onto Forbes' list of the 30 most promising Kazakhs under 30. But the modest Rakhmonov doesn't attach much importance to this, calmly honing his skills at Sanford MMA and talking in interviews about how he will eventually get to the title. He backed up his words with action at the beginning of 2022 when he fought against Carlston Harris from Guyana, who also had 2 early victories like Rakhmonov. Shavkat probed the distance with several methodical strikes and then landed a head kick.
Finish of Michel Prazeres, both of those guys.
Harris managed to briefly calm the fight in the clinch,
Spin kick to the body, and that was a power.
but didn't make it to the end of the round.
Throws him over that, and then he can try and get him on bounce and pour him down. I mean, that's a
Good
long
defense.
look at that.
As another spinning head kick at the mark,
Spin kick sets him down.
Harris.
That's gonna do it. Another one.
bringing Rakhmonov's record to an impressive 15-0. After this victory, Rakhmonov entered the top 15, started challenging matchmakers, and everyone worked out options. Soon a fight was announced between him and Neil Magny, who was ranked 10th. However, this announcement quickly faded in the stream of news about the conflict between the Kazakh fighter and Hamzat Chimaev. Thanks to this dispute, Rakhmonov overnight became one of the most popular fighters in the post-Soviet space, and the middleweight division is now paying special attention to him. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe to the channel for more MMA content.
Just laughed off by the Serda.
Oh my!
There's the...
Если